and welcome to my 52 weeks of personal growth videos. This is a series I do every single week on my channel where I talk about what I've learned and done and achieved throughout every week. So at the end of the year I can have a recap of everything I did throughout the year of 2018. I have been loving this series. Looking back on it, it's crazy to see how much I changed and grow within a year. We are up to week 24 and I'm going to be talking about from the 11th of June to the 17th of June. And my god, it was an amazing week. Like honestly, the entire week was so good. The week before I went through a moment where I sort of thought, gosh, my life is too hard, I just can't do this, like just for several reasons. But I'm very proud of myself because I'm getting so much better at switching my mindset, which is a very, very difficult thing to do. Like, especially once you're in a negative mindset, it's so hard to push out of that, but I'm getting better at that. So yeah, that week I was thinking like, this is just too hard, but then I was like, this is getting me nowhere. So then I chose to take action, and then because of that, this week has now just been amazing, like such a turnaround. I have honestly had the world's greatest support from family and friends. Like, I've been speaking to my family so much on the phone, and I've been with family friends all week. I've had a very busy week. I literally just got home as well from a trip, and I'm so busy today, so I might seem a bit rushed, but I had to get this through. But anyways, where am I? Such a good week. I felt like I was barely at home the entire week. On Monday, I had a very important breakfast with someone, discussing a lot of things, and I went to friends' houses. Yeah, a very busy day, and I was busy throughout the whole week really, so I don't even want to get into detail. Wednesday I had dinner with my family friends, and it was so nice and helpful because I'm working on something at the moment, and which you'll probably know about next week, possibly. And yeah, it was just so good to have support and love from such amazing people. It really helped. What else did I do? Thursday I went to this performance thing. It's called the Cabaret Festival here in Adelaide, and I went with my friend, and it was honestly the coolest thing ever. I was so mind blown because the performance we saw was this guy playing with your mind really. He was doing lots of magic tricks, and I was just mind blown, absolutely mind blown. I love magic tricks, so it was so cool, and he was so funny. And then we went out for dinner, and then we went back there because then there was an after show that we had tickets to, and that was so cool, and it didn't finish till after midnight or something crazy, but it was so much fun and so worth it. I loved every minute of it, so that was so cool. Yeah, and same with Friday. I went out to eat a lot actually last week, like yeah, all the time. And then Saturday and Sunday I was in Melbourne, and I literally just landed back to Adelaide. Like, I just got back from Melbourne, like I'm talking minutes ago. So yeah, that was the best work trip ever. I had so much fun. Like, I have never laughed so much in my life. I laughed from the moment I got there till now. Like, everything was so funny. Everyone was so funny. We pretty much were just drinking for 2 days straight and going out, and we went to the footy twice, and we went to amazing bars and restaurants and cafes, and it was so much fun. I honestly loved it. I'm so glad I went because it was, my stomach hurts from laughing so much. Like, I literally cannot laugh anymore because everyone was just so funny. Like, the amount of stories I now have and experiences is insane, but it was so cool. I love Melbourne. I could honestly live there, and it was my second time going, from memory anyways, and going to the footy was so cool, and just yeah, I did lots of just really cool things. I had so much fun with everyone. I'm so close with everyone. Why is it so weird? Anyways, so that was my week in a nutshell. In terms of my monthly challenge, if you're new to my channel, I do a challenge for myself every single month, and this month is 30 days of doing 5 kilometers a day. Like, I can bike ride, walk, run, whatever. I have mainly been walking. I think I've only been walking, and I really, really love it. I can't say that I definitely did 5 kilometers in Melbourne every day. I don't know if I would have, so I'm not sure. I've been so busy this week that I honestly can't say I did that every day, but I will get back on track with it this week, hopefully. So yeah, now I'm just so excited for the rest of the year because I have like a plan, and I never want to get too attached to a plan because you never know what can happen. Life can literally just flip on you. So, but as of right now, I'm very excited of the direction my life is heading. Like I said, I've just been overwhelmed with love and support from friends and family. Like, seriously, so grateful. And yeah, it's amazing to see who is there for you when you really need it. I think that's what I've really taken note of. Like, who will jump out and help you when they can see you need it. What I've learnt, apart from what I've just said and stuff, I came across a few blog posts, and from the minimalists, I will leave a link below because I really love them, and I was just reading a few of them out of curiosity, and I wrote down quite a few things that they said that really clicked with me that I love. So I'm just going to mention a few of them from what I've now learnt. And they just said that we must love, like, that's such an important thing. And there's a saying, it's better to have loved and lost than to never have loved at all. And I truly believe that, because you can really gain so many experiences from being in love, like whether it's with a friend or family member or a relationship or whatever, than to not have loved at all. Like, it's better to experience that and it fail or something and gain something out of it. You never know what that can turn into, and it's such an experience of growth and change and stuff. So I much rather have loved and than to not have it all. And I already knew this, but I'll just say it now because I relearned it. I don't know. But yeah, like, for me anyways, personally, the meaning of life, like, giving is living. Like, I feel so good when I'm giving to others and contributing to the world and myself and other people. And they just said, like, the best way to live a worthwhile life is simple. Continuously grow as an individual and contribute to other people in a meaningful way. Growth and contribution, that's the meaning of life. Our memories aren't in our things, our memories are inside of us. And I guess that's like a minimalistic approach to that is, and I truly believe that. Like, I have no attachment to anything in my room. Like, when I just went to Melbourne, I brought like 2 things. Like, honestly, like, my memories are all inside of me. I don't need photos, I don't need souvenirs, I don't need any of that. Like, everything I truly cherish and love is all within me. So I don't have any attachment to things, and I think that's so good. Like, I could literally, if my house went on fire, there's nothing at all that comes to the top of my head that I'd need to go grab from my room. Maybe my computer or my camera or something, but that's about it. And I love that I can just sort of get up and go, and that's cool, to not be attached to anything or anyone. Oh my goodness, I'm getting phone calls. Another thing I read was jealousy is ugly. Like, it's never a way to express that you care. I think it just shows that you have a lot of insecurities. Obviously, jealousy is something everyone experiences and goes through, but at the end of the day, it doesn't look good, it doesn't feel good, there's nothing really good about it. Although you might think it's coming from a place of love because you care about them, really it's an insecurity. So I just thought that was interesting to read. Like, you should never show your love that way. And another thing is, change is growth, which we all know. Oh my god. We all want a different outcome, and yet most of us don't want any change in our lives. And I actually have always found that interesting, because a lot of people, I've actually asked a lot of people this question, if they like change or like everything to stay the same. And most people will say they like everything to stay the same. Whereas I love change. I love it. I thrive off it. Like, I love big, drastic changes, even though it can be stressful or difficult. I just love it. I would get bored if I wanted my life to stay the same. So I'm not afraid of change, even though it can be scary and hard. Ultimately, it's a very good thing. Even if it seems really bad, it's actually really good for you. I also wrote down change equals uncertainty, and uncertainty equals discomfort, and discomfort isn't fun. But when we learn to enjoy the process of change, I'm so unlucky right now. Oh, it stopped. Man, where am I? No, I'm so unlucky. I'm being called. I've had so many phone calls. I need to end this video. What did I say? But when we learn, and discomfort isn't fun. But when we learn to enjoy the process of change, when we choose to look at uncertainty as variety, then we get to reap all the rewards of change. That is how we grow. The past does not equal the future. Pain can be useful, but not suffering. And I agree with that as well. And I think like pain's a good thing because it kind of lets you know that something's wrong. Like, I can look back and see like a time where I was like crying all the time or being really upset, and like I've chosen to ignore it and just I was just really confused. But now looking back, that obviously showed that something was seriously wrong. It was not right, you know, something had to change. That's why you should always embrace change and really listen to how you're feeling. So now I make sure I always listen to how I'm feeling. If I'm like crying or being upset all the time, that's because something needs to change. So I think that's a very good thing to take out of what I've just said. And something else I found very interesting is, you know, when you meet someone new or you start talking to someone, a typical question that you'll ask someone is, what do they do? And I think that's a very eye-opening question, because you want to be able to have like a good answer, not just say, oh, I just work. Like, you want to have like something really exciting, you know, something you're always doing and something you're really passionate about. Instead of saying, what do you do? I would answer like, well, I'm really passionate about this, this, and this, instead of what do I do? It just sounds so bland. But that's a question people ask people they've just met. My head is spinning. I'm totally out of it right now. And in terms of minimalism, which I'm very interested in, a quote that I read off their blog was, the easiest way to organize your stuff is to get rid of most of it. That speaks words to me, because I like to be really organized, but I've learned it's so much easier just to have less stuff. Then there's nothing to organize, if that makes sense. And I'm in the process of needing to do a serious declutter of my room. Very excited about that. And another quote was, the truth is you can skip the pursuit of happiness altogether and just be happy. And I believe happiness is a choice. Yes, things can knock you down and it can get difficult, but at the end of the day, you choose how you feel about things, you know? I think that's really cool. And something else I became not aware of, I obviously knew this, but I just didn't realize like how much, and that is that guys go through shit too. Honestly, like, you always think it's the girls that have all the emotions and all the problems and they don't, and all the insecurities and stuff. But I learned this week that guys have serious emotions too. They have like problems with their friends and family. Like, I just didn't, like, I hear girls all the time saying, oh, like, I don't like the way this friend's treating me, like, and they have problems with friends. But I'm realizing guys have that as well. Like, I know some guys, I didn't realize till this week, but there are some of my guy friends that like, they are really like insecure maybe, or upset about how their friends are treating them, or not knowing how close their friends really are to them, or how much they mean to them. And I just thought it was really interesting to hear and find out, because you always think it's just the girls, but really like guys have like a lot of feelings too, and like they should be taken note of as well, that they can go through things like that. It's not just girls. I thought that was quite interesting, really. They just don't, they hide it and they don't show it as much as girls do. But yes. And okay, I really got to end this video, but last things, I wrote down so much because I've learnt so much this week and done so much. But another question you can ask yourself when going through a tough time is, what value am I gaining from staying in this situation in my life? And another question is, what fear do I have about actually achieving the result that I want? Because I feel like, yeah, when you want to reach a certain something but like you're stopping yourself, like I think you should ask yourself those two questions. And like everything that we do either stems from love and fear. Love or fear, I feel. And yeah, lately I've been writing, because I used to have this yellow book, well I still do, full of all these notes and things that I've learnt. And it just got a bit confusing because I wrote down so much and I had like my journals in it as well. So now I'm actually writing a book like on my computer and categorizing it all. Very detailed stuff of everything I've learned, and like quotes and things I want to remember so I can look back on it, because I don't want to forget it. That's why I also love these videos, because I can look back and remember, oh, I learned this and all that, because you forget what you learn and you experience, so it's good to be able to look back on it. So I'm writing it all down at the moment, and well, I've pretty much done it all, and I'm getting rid of that book. Like I don't need the journal papers in there, even though people tell me I should keep it and just put it in a memory box or something. I'm not sure. I like to throw things out, but I might, I don't know. But yeah, I've ripped out all the pages and I'm putting it digitally in a big collection and categorizing it all so it's easier to access everything I learn. Anyways, I'm going to end the video here. Got a lot of things to do. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!